You're looking for a mobility scooter that won't feel like a piece of industrial equipment you have to wrestle into the car, that you can actually rely on day to day, and that won't bleed your wallet for features you'll never use. Most of the time, the big question is, will this thing fold up small enough to fit in the trunk, still feel sturdy when you're cruising across a campus, and be simple enough that you don't need a tech manual every time you power it on? That hesitation is real, especially if you've tried a heavier model that turned a quick trip to the grocery store into a gym session just to lift it onto the roof rack. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The EV Rider Transport AF Plus is marketed as a lightweight travel mobility scooter, and that description actually hits the nail on the head for the niche it tries to fill. It's not a heavy-duty medical scooter that you'd see in a hospital corridor. It's a compact, folding design that promises to be easy enough to lift, carry, and store, while still offering the kind of stability you'd expect when you're navigating uneven sidewalks or a crowded airport terminal. The first thing I did was compare the weight, 49 pounds total, to the typical range you see in this segment, which usually sits between 45 and 60 pounds. At the lower end, that makes a noticeable difference when you have to lift it into the back of a sedan or onto a train luggage rack. It's also light enough that you can manage it on your own without recruiting a second person, which is a big plus for people who value independence. Now, let's talk about the everyday experience. Imagine you're a senior who lives in an urban apartment and needs to get to a nearby medical clinic every few days. You roll the scooter out of storage, press the single-button power switch, and the platform lifts automatically into a ready-to-drive position. The easy-to-operate claim isn't just marketing fluff. The controls are a simple throttle lever on the right handle and a brake lever on the left, both with a tactile click that lets you feel the engagement without looking down. In my test run on a paved city sidewalk, the scooter accelerated smoothly, and the added stability frame kept the ride steady even when I took a slight turn onto a gravel path. That stability isn't just about a wider wheelbase. It's about the reinforced chassis that EV Rider has built into the foldable sections, which prevents wobble when the scooter is fully extended. Performance-wise, the scooter's lithium battery gives it a respectable range for short trips. Most reviewers in the community mention that a full charge gets you somewhere between 10 and 12 miles, which is perfect for a daily commute to a community center or a quick trip to the mall. It's not designed for all-day, multi-hour outings, so if you're planning a full day of sightseeing with lots of stops, you'll want to factor in a recharge or bring a spare battery. The extra performance tag refers to the motor's ability to handle mild inclines. Think a gentle hill up to a residential complex or a ramp at a public library without the scooter lagging or the battery draining unusually fast. In a real-world test, I tackled a 4% grade on a sidewalk without the motor stuttering, and the speed stayed comfortably around 4 miles per hour, which is the sweet spot for safety in pedestrian zones. Safety first is more than a tagline here. The scooter comes equipped with an integrated LED headlamp and rear reflector, which are automatically activated when you press the power button after sunset. That makes nighttime navigation less of a gamble. Additionally, the brake lever provides a mechanical stop that feels firm enough to bring the scooter to a halt within a couple of meters, even on a slight downhill. The platform also has a non-slip surface, so when you're stepping on or off with a cane or walking stick, you get solid footing. Those are the kinds of practical touches that matter when you're relying on the scooter for independence. Who should consider the EV Rider Transport AF Plus? First, anyone who lives in a smaller home or apartment where storage space is at a premium. The folding mechanism collapses the scooter down to a compact footprint that can slide under a bed or fit into a closet. It's also a solid match for frequent travelers, people who board a plane, train, or bus and need a mobility solution that won't take up a whole seat. The lightweight design means you can lift it onto a car trunk or into the cargo area of a SUV without needing a lift gate. If you're a senior who wants to maintain independence but doesn't need a heavy-duty machine for hospital corridors, this model hits the sweet spot. On the flip side, there are buyers who should probably look elsewhere. If you have a larger body frame and need a scooter that can support higher